And we are live, coming to you from the second week of July edition of IUW Showdown. Ladies and gentlemen, right off the gate, we see Ron the King and the Royal Warriors are in the ring, and Ron the King has something to say. Hey, all you fans making noise, shut the hell up.
Fuck you!
This is my time to speak, and I am the king.
You smell like shit. You smell like shit.
I have to address two things. One, the World Championship match that I had against Keegan Colmack and Hollow. I did not get pinned. And then last week, it was Irvin Lawrence and Lewis Hendricks. And once again, as I was gonna get the opportunity to be in the number one contenders match for the World Championship, being the winner, Irvin Lawrence took advantage of the opportunity, and once again, the King did not get pinned. I have to just say, Hollow, you are worthless. The one thing that you've done in this company, and you've done it right, congratulations, was get this slave of mine back to reality. And ever since that, you are nothing but a worthless wannabe Thanatos. And Lewis Hendricks, you talk high and mightily about being a legend. What's a legend to a king? And then Lewis Hendricks is out here. Oh my god. Ron.
Fuck
You
me,
have
Lewis.
been in this company for such a long time, but that long time means very minimal when you compare it to the longevity of Lewis Hendricks and his career. I've done it all. I was the face of the company. I worked my way from the bottom. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, when I first came into wrestling, when I broke into this company, before it was IUW, it was ECW, I had a hard time. And I got picked back up by a friend of mine. He's no longer with us. Argo and Chaz DX helped me a lot to get to where I'm at. And then when I went away from the DX group, I went on to go and be a success on my own. And then the Jokers came around and they held me back. And now here I am, away from all of that, and I'm here with you today. And I got someone who's a phony king who got their crown off of his own two teammates and has not defended the crown since being king. What kind of king are you, Ron? What kind of king just talks and walks but loses every opportunity he gets to get gold? What kind of... Hey, you shut the hell up. I am your king and I demand respect. Lewis Hendricks, you're the one that got pinned last week, and you're the reason that the king cannot get the title. And you say that I am not a worthy king. Oh, Lewis Hendricks, you are so wrong. And the reason why is because I've got something that actually took over you, Lewis. I got something that drove you absolutely insane, And to me, he's just nothing but a slave. This man, Joker T, had you under his spell, under his grasp for such a long time. And Lewis Hendricks, you did nothing to get him away from the wrestling world. And here I am today as your king, as the king of IUW. I demand some damn respect because I got this damn man who is worthless as a slave, and I am humiliating him every week. Lewis Hendricks, what have you done since you've gotten away from the Jokers? When the Jokers stole all the titles, and you got a phony title in your waist. What have you done since? Not a damn thing. Fair point. Fair point, Ron. Joker T did have me under his spell. However, you did not do a damn thing to get him to be your slave. You picked him up when he was lifeless on the ground at Wrestlation. If anything, Hollow was the one that took him down. You just picked up the crumbs. You are not a king. You're just a phony. You're a part-time phony. You're nothing but a bitch.
Oh no.
And at that, you're a fake ass bitch.
Oh no.
And Ron, you've been a thorn in my ass and everyone's ass in IUW since you became
Ryan the
king.
hole.
And there's gonna come a time you're gonna regret those words very, very soon. Because, Ron, I didn't just come out here to interrupt you. No. I came here to start a war with the Royal Warriors. Because I am coming for your crown.
Hard.
Ron, that king name is not gonna be yours anymore. It's gonna be the King Lewis Hendricks. And he drops the mic. Ron the King just looks at him and starts laughing as Lewis Hendricks walks away. Ron then goes on to say, wait. Lewis Hendricks, before you get to the back over there, just one more thing. You want to wage a war against the Royal Warriors? You and what army? And he drops the mic. And Ron the King just starts laughing. And Lewis Hendricks smiles at the distance. We don't know why, but he walks away. And that is the end of that segment, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, it is Omticon going head-to-head with Seacon in a Money in the Bank qualifier match. Omticon and Seacon going head-to-head. Who's going to get the victory in this bout? It is Omticon.
Damn. Alright.
He gets the victory against Seacon and qualifies for the Money in the Bank match. And then, ladies and gentlemen, up next, it is a number one contenders match for Blackhawk's light heavyweight title. Blackhawk, who is the light heavyweight champion, won it at Extreme Rules, is going to look closely at this match because he's seeing Ahanu, his own teammate in Chicago, fighting for the right to be number one contender for the light heavyweight title. And he's taking on Tatsuo Kobayashi and Steel Balboa, who is going to get the victory between these three men and be number one contender for the light heavyweight champion. It is Steel Balboa. This was Steel Balboa's first ever win in IUW. Then, ladies and gentlemen, it is a number one contenders match for the multinational champion. We already know Jacques Amir is in the matchup. He will take on the champion Harry Himothy for the belt, who's going to be the third number one contender between Rod the Great, Ooga Booga, and the Womanizer. It is Rod the Great. And we saw during the match, Ooga Booga had the advantage. It looked like he was going to win the match. Rod the Great got him from the back, and he hit him with a finisher. Then Rod the Great hit the Womanizer with a finisher. But then, as he was about to pin, Lewis Hendricks came out of nowhere, distracted him, hit a finisher on Rod the Great. But then we see the Royal Warriors, the numbers start being too much for Lewis Hendricks, too much for Ooga Booga, too much for the Womanizer. And we see in the end Rod the Great picking up the victory and being #1 contender for the multinational championship. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, he will take on Jacques Lemaire and the British man Harry Hammerfly. Then up next, ladies and gentlemen, it is a big one. It is a #1 contenders match for IUW's biggest prize. It is the IUW World Championship #1 contender match. Keegan Cormack, who is the champion, will take on Irvin Lawrence, who is the #1 contender, who will be the next #1 contender, and fight those two men at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view between Bolek, Ogre, and Psycho Perk. At the end of the match, it is Psycho Perk being victorious and inserting himself into the IUW World Championship match. He will take on Keegan Cormack and Irvin Lawrence. And as he is celebrating in the middle of the ring. He has Maimun Mendic celebrating with him. Everything's going great. Striko is out. Striko's at the top of the ramp, and he's coming down. He's coming down the ramp, and he has one thing to say. Tariq is coming for you. And he drops the mic, and Psycho Perk is livid. He's going absolutely mad. He tries to chase Striko down, but Striko gets away. What does this mean? Psycho Perk looks very delirious. King Tariq is coming for him. And that is it for this edition of IUW Showdown, ladies and gentlemen. We have most matches set for Money in the Bank. Who else will be in the Money in the Bank match? Who will also be a part of the Evolution Championship match? Who will also be a part of the Giant Light Heavyweight Championship match? We'll find out next week, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned, and we will be 2 weeks away from Money in the Bank.